Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen Igaltuto, Madam CS, and this is The Striker. Stay tuned and have it true and real. Kindly remember to subscribe, like, share, comment on this video, and turn on the notification bell. The Striker today takes us to the Kenyan diaspora and their voting patterns. They are among the people who tweet, comment on social media, pages and WhatsApp groups in terms of the political direction of this country. But does their tweeting, Facebook comments and WhatsApp debates translate to real votes? Next week, we are heading to general elections. How many people from the Kenyan diaspora are anticipated to vote on the 9th August 2022. Stay tuned and let's have this discussion. Welcome back. Next week we are going for elections and we are going to choose the next regime that is going to rule this country for the next 5 years. And many times, honestly, we have seen people drumming for their preferred candidates in the social media. Majority of these also happen to be the Kenyan diaspora, Kenyans who live outside the country, those who are living in Europe, in Americas, or in other African countries. We've seen them tweet, we've seen them talk a lot about a certain candidate who is not good and where the other one is good, But the question is, does this they are talking, does this noise that they're making in the social media, in Twitter, translate to votes on the 9th of August 2022? Majority of these people actually are out as students studying, others are there doing jobs, etc. Now, registration of diaspora votes by IEBC has not been such a success story. In 2013, there was that urge that, let's have the Kenyan diaspora also participate in the voting process of this country because their remittances contribute greatly to economic development in the country. So, because they limit a lot of help, their remittances are a great contributor to Kenya's revenue, then there was a need that they should be allowed to take part in selecting the leaders who lead this particular country. But the registration of this Kenyan diaspora as voters by the Electoral Boundaries Commission, the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, has not been such a wonderful success stories. For example, in 2022, and when the entire thing of voter registration began, and 2021, Europe has 42 countries. And there were only 2 places where Kenyan voter registration in Europe could take place. In Berlin, that is in Germany, and then in London, in the UK. So 42 countries with only 2 stations where voter registration was supposed to take place. And out of the 140,000 Kenyans who are believed to live in UK, only 789 turned out for voter registration. In Berlin, only 250 Kenyans showed up out of the 12,000 Kenyans believed to be living in Germany. And all this, you see, there's a large population of Kenya in the UK and in Germany. But even the turnout of the people who want to register as voters was very, very small. 250, 789. That from those 2 particular polling voter registration centers, there were less than 1,500 voters registered. And one could wonder what contributes to this. The distance and the cost of going to register as a voter constrain most of these people. Imagine you live in Sweden, you live in France, and you're supposed to go to UK or you go to Germany to register as a voter. It doesn't make sense for most of these Kenyans, because outside there, they are also surviving. They are looking for money. And this money doesn't come on a silver platter. Every day, majority are doing more than one job to sustain themselves outside there. So telling somebody to take a flight or to take a train and spend over 300 euros on road to go and vote and register as a voter, something that is going to, the distance maybe by train is going to take them up to 18 hours. It makes no sense to them. Even those who live within Germany or within the UK, still the distance from the regions where they live to where the voter registration centers are is very big. Some may not even find time or even the money to use as transport cost along the way to go and register as voters. So that means right from the word go, there's a problem with voter registration among Kenyan diasporas. And then another thing is that even with all those efforts, even if they decided to sacrifice the time and the cost to go and vote and register as voters, they can only vote for one candidate, that is the president. They cannot vote for these other positions, the woman rep, the member of parliament. They are only allowed to vote for one candidate, that is or one position, the presidency. So you ask yourself then, the diaspora actually constitutes a large number of Kenyans, but they are not voting. But we see them tweeting. You should enter their WhatsApp groups where they are debating about politics, where they are talking about their preferred candidates. They are causing chaos, abusing, some are even abusing each other. But by the end of the day, these people are not going to even travel from America, from Europe, from China, from Asia, or from wherever they are to come home and vote even. So you see, they make a lot of noise in the social media, but that noise does not translate to voting. There's the same guys who also partake in the online polls. If today we carried out the election, who is your preferred candidate? They are there. This is my preferred candidate. But remember, they are not going to vote. So you find that a candidate may be very popular among the Kenyan diaspora, but does this Kenyan diaspora actually translate to votes at the ballot? We also have Kenyans who are living outside Kenya, but within Africa, except those ones living in the East Africa community and South Africa, where they are allowed to vote. But those ones who are living in other countries, Nigeria, etc., they are also not going to vote unless they are going to come home for voting purposes. With the cost of living in the country, do you think somebody is going to sacrifice his job and travel or take a flight to Kenya for election purposes only? Me and you know better. In 2013 and 2017, out of the approximated 3 million Kenyans living abroad, only 4,000 voted. Combined, 2013 and 2014. 3 million minus 4,000. A whole lot of 2 million point something did not vote. And this tells you one thing. Clearly, the tweets, the comments in the social media, the debate in WhatsApp group does not translate into votes. The Kenyan diaspora are very, very significant in Kenya's economy in terms of the remittances that they send back at home. But politically, it is not a group that we can solely rely in terms of the popularity of a candidate. Because majority of them neither travels home to vote, neither registers as voters in their regions of voting, but participate in online opinion polls and tweeting and talking much about the politics of the country, etc. So, presidential candidates and political aspirants in Kenya, don't take the online tweets and Facebook opinion polls seriously. Your popularity in Facebook does not necessarily translate to real votes on the 9th of August 2022. The people who are tweeting, majority are not even in Kenya. The people who are writing, you are participating in these online opinion polls, majority are not even in the country, and majority may not travel to come and vote. So don't be shocked in the 9th August 2022 general elections when you will be defeated. Don't start saying, but I was reading in social media. No. Your voters were voters in social media. And to Kenyans, let's stop being voters in the social media. Let's not give wrong impression of something. If you have a chance, go and vote. But if you know you're not going to vote, don't shout. Don't be giving people hopes. Don't be debating about this politics, talking a lot, even abusing people online because they are not supporting your preferred candidate. Yet you know down your heart that you're not going to vote. And therefore, our dear Kenyans, always remember that social media polls and Facebook polls and tweets do not translate to votes. And for the Kenyan diaspora, it's a feeling that they are differentiated, that their right to vote is taken away. And there is a need by the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the IEBC, to set mechanisms to ensure that the Kenyan diasporas are given a sustainable and friendly, cost-friendly environment for them actually to participate in voting and the selection of the political leaders in the country. Maybe they need to increase the centers, the voting centers, all the polling, the voter registration centers, or they should bring an online voting system where you log into your system, you vote for your preferred candidate, yeah, and life moves on. So I think for me that should be there should be a way that Kenya should come up with a way to capture the diaspora votes, that the diaspora are able to exercise their voting rights. Otherwise, stay tuned. See you next time. The CSTV, Madam C is here. Vote wisely, and this is a call for peace.